In less than 3 days, the Arsenal will kick off the 2023-24 Premier League season with hopes of not one, perhaps not even two trophies, maybe more. We've already accomplished one. We've got a full house, a lot of predictions coming your way, a lot of good footy talk. Let's get straight into it. How's it? Nice little intro video put together by yours truly about an hour ago. I'm pretty impressed with myself on that one. So, welcome to the Loose Cannon season preview and prediction extravaganza. You guys know who I am. I'm the bearded one, and if you forgot the last name, it's right on my hat. I got it right that time. There's the OG Ryan. For those of you who were a part of the show yesterday, trying to figure out how to differentiate between the two. Below me is the real Ryan. Down in the bottom right corner is what's the nickname for you, Glenn?
I don't have a nickname. Hello, everyone.
When you wear the hat and the sunglasses, everybody calls you
Ye Old Man.
Yeah, that's what I get called mostly.
Yeah. And I think everybody recognizes the man in the middle there. The one, the only, he is Super Kevin Campbell, making his Loose Cannons debut. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
Squaddies, I'm good. Good. Thank you.
Thanks
good
for
to
being
be
here,
on.
Kev. Finally, yes. Good to have you aboard, my friend. Let's get straight into it, Kev. We won the Community Shield. I got it right, real Ryan, by the way. That's 2 in a row for me.
Good job.
Yeah. We won the Community Shield for the 17th time on Sunday. And Kevin, as a former player, I'm going to start right off the bat with this. Is it a trophy? It is a trophy. We know that. Is it a glorified friendly, or are you happy to win it? You're excited. I know the players on Sunday, they looked absolutely gassed to win it. Talk to us from a player's perspective, if you can, about that particular trophy.
Well, if you lose it, you're always going to throw shade and say, it's nothing. If you win it, you say, hey, we've won a trophy. But if you look beyond that, it's Man City versus Arsenal again. And there's so many repercussions what this game could bring. If Arsenal lose, it's Manchester City putting their foot on our necks. Yet again. We fail against the juggernaut that is Manchester City. We've brought in over £200 million worth of talent, and all of a sudden, City don't have it all their own way, and we end up winning the game. Yeah, we got a little bit lucky with the equaliser. Who cares? That's football. I think winning this trophy was more important for Arsenal than Man City. I think it's so important for our fan base to see Arsenal beat Man City in any capacity just before the season starts. Because pre-season was okay, was up and down at times. I think Mikel Arteta was experimenting with a lot of the team. But, there's certain players that came on, Vieira, Smith-Rowe, Eddie, Trossard, who made a real difference against Man City on Sunday. And we ended up taking it, and Vieira went up there and put it away. And I think that's really good for his confidence, good for Arsenal's team confidence, and good for the fan base's confidence as well. Because one thing we do know, now that we've got new players in, Manchester City are not going to have it all their own way.
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah, well said.
I think it to your point, I think it was had it been anyone other than Manchester City, I don't know that it still means something because there's a trophy at the end of it. but to get that proverbial monkey off the back, right, that is Manchester City, that albatross around our necks, and we start the season with a trophy and beating them, that team. So, and I think we'd lost, 11 in a row to them? Something insane that we had. It can't be 11 in a row because we.
No,
beat
it's not
them.
11.
I think it was
I
8.
think it's
Is it
7 or 8, isn't it?
7 or 8.
Something
Even
like
still,
that. It's still too much. It's too much.
Well, guess what? It's 0 now, so we don't know. 8, 7, 8. It doesn't matter. The answer is 0. But it's a good point there, because I was just going to say that I think the matchup was just the Community Shield, the celebration. It's always great to see our players celebrate a trophy, no matter how big or small. But I think for me, it was just a matchup. Man City versus Arsenal. That's going to be a matchup for quite some time. And as the 2 best teams in the Premier League, and again, we're going to be the 2 best teams in the Premier League for the foreseeable future. So definitely the matchup is huge in this. And yeah, sure, we got a medal and a trophy, so that's always good.
I'd like to ask Mr. Campbell a question, and I'm not just going to call you by your first name, because I always think of like the second Indiana Jones with short round yells. You call him Dr. Jones. I'm showing you respect, my man. I'm showing you respect, Mr. Campbell.
I have to go watch Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
So
the hot take. It's the best Indiana.
What I wanted to ask you is a simple question, because for me, this Community Shield thing is not that important, but I'm not saying I'm not going against you. I'm just saying, what do I do when before the Community Shield, Arteta and Pep are both downplaying it, saying it doesn't mean anything, and then all of a sudden we win, and it's just like this whole big party. I don't get all the excitement. The guy Ryan up there in the upper right hand corner, he was dancing on a bar in a pub when we won.
I wasn't dancing on a bar.
Let me just tell you this: both of them lie. They lie.
Okay.
You saw when
Fair
Manchester
enough.
City scored, you saw Pep Guardiola, how he celebrated. That wasn't just, City have scored and he's just nice and easy. He celebrated, he was punching the air, because when you are against your rival, you do not want to give them a leg up. You don't. Mikel Arteta will downplay it. You could see Mikel, he got booked in the first half, Mikel Arteta. It means that much.
Okay.
And I know, it's the season opener in pre-season, but let me tell you, it is so important to get one over your rivals. It is. Especially for this young Arsenal team. Mikel Arteta spent a lot of money. There's a lot of pressure on him. And to get the Community Shield over Man City is massive for him.
Okay, all right. I don't want to have a fist fight. I just Thank you, Mr. Campbell.
So we'll get to a little bit of breaking news today. I would imagine that everybody saw it. And I just, real quick, we'll go around the horn. Quick opinion on the David Raya deal is now a loan with a £3 million loan with a £27 million option to buy. It's almost this might be the most intelligent bit of business I've seen this club do in a long time. It's intelligent because, from my perspective, we're not committed to two number one goalkeepers beyond this season. And if David Raya if the playing time isn't there, if Ramsdale cements himself as the number one, Raya's future is now committed to Brentford, signing a contract extension there. He can always go back, or his future will be whatever he chooses to do with it. And I think this means there's something more that Mikel and Edu want to do before this window closes. OG Ryan, like I said, we'll go around the horn. Thoughts on it being a loan deal with an option, not obligation, to buy versus just a straight purchase?
I definitely feel better about it. But the only thing is, yes, we talk about, this is great for us because maybe now we could have another incoming, a potential backup for Saka, or are we maybe having trouble offloading players, and that's why we need to bring them in on a loan? I don't know, but I am excited. I'm definitely happier about it. I'm so very curious to see the dynamic between Ramsdale and Raya. I know Ramsdale's game. I'm curious to see how Raya is going to be, and I'm curious to see how Arteta rotates, especially in the goalkeeper position, because it's a position I've talked about ad nauseum, how I don't believe a backup is really required, and I don't really believe in giving the goalkeeper rest, and I'm sure Mr. Campbell could probably give me a little more insight about that. I don't know. I know that's not your position, but I can't talk enough about how much Ramsdale's done for this club already, and just his character and the culture that he's bringing and lifting up in Arsenal. And I just hope that it isn't, I guess, tarnished in any way, because I do believe at the end of the day, I believe Raya is the better keeper stat wise.
Real Ryan, go ahead.
I think this is one of the most intelligent moves we've done in a long, long time. Originally, it was Odegaard, because that was a steal. Trossard, amazing for the price. I don't know how we got away with this. I really don't. I'm curious to see if any more information will come out about how we made this happen. It really is a win-win. And to have both of these guys at the peak of their powers right now competing for this spot is only going to benefit. But I think I'm kind of with OG Ryan on the dynamic within the team. I think our players absolutely love Aaron Ramsdale. I don't know how it's going to come across if he does lose the job in the season. I hope that doesn't affect anything, but that's the only thing I'm concerned with. I think the deal's excellent. I'm just thinking about within the team how it comes across someone new coming in for that position. But other than that, I mean, the dude's a baller. His long distribution is insane. Like, he can really, and I think that's something that we're looking at is beating the press over the top, and that's something he can do very well. I mean, some of the balls he played for Brentford into Ivan Toney, into the channels were, I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Not saying Ramsdale can't do that, but Raya's definitely better at that. So we'll see. But the deal is great for me.
And real quick, let's not forget, before we signed Ramsdale, our number one target was Raya. We wanted Raya. And then we couldn't get him. And now we kind of like fell back on Ramsdale. And we're like, yeah, no, this guy's great. Like, sure, his history's not the best, but Arteta saw a player in there, and he has been. He's been great for us, and I think he's been a leader on and off the pitch for us. So it's gonna. I don't know how much players look into transfer rumors. I don't know how much we knew we were linked to Raya before Ramsdale, but I just hope it doesn't really. I don't know. I'm definitely making more of what it is, just because I just love Ramsdale, and I know, Tanner, you brought it up. You know, the Players Tribune article by Ramsdale was just absolutely phenomenal, and everyone needs to read it, Arsenal supporter or not. I don't know.
That made you love him even more, didn't it?
Yeah, you want characters like that in our club. You want a character like that in every single position, and I guess the fact that I see the keeper position as something that it's one man. You don't really have a committee of keepers. You know, yes, we have 5 forwards, and yes, we have 8 defensemen. Like, but keeper, normally it's just one guy, and just the stuff he's done on and off the pitch, and the fight he's done on and off the pitch is just remarkable.
Hey, real quick, speaking of defensemen, remind me to send you a picture later. Just gotta get that little subtle dig.
Let me go real quick. I agree with both the real Ryan and the fake Ryan about what they said about the goalies. And the other thing is, I said this yesterday. I'll say it again. I hope Mr. Campbell doesn't yell at me. I think Arsenal covered one of our single point failures for the season, where if one thing goes wrong, everything could go wrong. And that is if Ramsdale went down with a major injury, we had an MLS goalie trying to win us the Premier League title. No way. No, thank you. I'm glad we did it.
Super Kev?
Yeah, I think it's about trust. That's the only reason I think Turner got moved on, because Arsenal are in win now mode. You look at what they done last season. If Ramsdale, there might have been an opportunity last season where Ramsdale lost a little bit of form, and if you had a number 2 who you trusted, might have come in. One thing I will say, David Raya, playing for Brentford and playing for Arsenal is 2 different things, guys.
Yeah.
It's two different things. The pressure at Arsenal is so much more than playing at Brentford. He is a good keeper at Brentford, and he's very good. But like I say, playing for Brentford and playing for Arsenal, the pressure is so much different. So we're gonna find out. We get a try before you fully commit to him. So which is a really good move for Arsenal. So I just think Arsenal, if Raya coming in is a problem for anyone in the dressing room, they shouldn't be at Arsenal. That's for sure. Because you need the squad. You need the squad to be able to win. You need the squad to be together. And whoever plays. We've seen the top teams rotate their goalkeepers. Champions League now, in the league, in the cups. You know, we have to win trophies, guys. And we need two keepers to do it. So I'm happy with it. Ramsdale said, bring it on. I love that attitude. He's got such a great attitude. And, you know, what a good goalkeeper who will welcome the challenge. I think it's a great move for Arsenal. And it can only put us in a better position moving forward.
Yeah, I've said, I mean, the OG Ryan and Glenn have heard me say ad nauseum that what Mikel Arteta and Edu are trying to build here is a side that is basically just going to go out and dominate world football.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, their goal is to leave no doubt who the best team in the world is, and it looks that way right now. Back to OG Ryan's two favorite words that come out of my mouth on paper.
Dude, you made me unmute my microphone. Are you saying Arsenal are the best in the world?
Whoops, I just muted him too. Glenn, I did not say that. I said, this is what I said. I said that. So we'll move on to Nottingham Forest. And God, 12:30 kickoff for you there, Kev. It's 7:30 in the morning here. Good God almighty. I hate mornings. Man, I really hate mornings. But I will be awake, and I will be maybe not bushy-tailed, but I will be bright-eyed at 7:30 for the season kickoff. Mikel Arteta certainly has his work cut out for him in terms of choosing a starting 11. I think we can all agree that the starting 11, or at least the starting keeper, is going to be Ramsdale. Even if David Raya comes in and the medical is done, the paperwork is signed, Aaron Ramsdale is going to start on Saturday. But Kevin, I'll start with you. Build us out from the back and your starting 11. I'm curious to hear who you're starting the season with.
I think right back Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, midfield Partey, Odegaard, and Rice. Up front, Martinelli on the left, Havertz in the middle, and Saka on the right.
Yeah, it's the same. That's the
same team as the champion.
Yeah,
as the.
I agree.
You don't even have to go to me. I agree with Mr.
I was just. Does anybody disagree with it? Okay, so we talked about this yesterday, Kev.
Ryan might.
All right, Ryan, you got something?
I do. I actually disagree. So I would bring in Trossard for Havertz, and I would put Havertz where Rice is. I just think that we're going to dominate them with the ball. I don't think.
So where's Rice going to go?
I don't. That's why
No. Come on.
I'm gonna make the £100 million mistake. I've accepted this. I just think teams like Forest, we're gonna dominate with the ball, and I just want as many lanes of scoring opportunity as we can. I think Havertz just has more lanes to score than Rice does. I mean, when you look at our first game of the season and you think, who would we most want to play as our first game? I mean, it's home to Forest. Forest had the second worst ever in the Premier League in away points. I think they're at 9. I'm gonna say 7, 9. Only to I think Derby County when they had 12 points all season. So they're bad. They're bad away from home, and I just think we need to run at them and just show the Premier League, show the world, like you said, world football. We need to show everybody we're not messing around.
OG Ryan, you've not answered the question. Where do you put Rice?
He doesn't want to say it.
I guess right.
Next.
Yeah, but I want to hear it. That's the difference. Come on, OG.
Say the words.
He will be gleefully next to Arteta as the first man off the bench. In the second half.
You were going to mute me. You were going to mute me after that.
You know what?
Oh boy.
You bring me on for this. You bring me on for this.
That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. You know what? I see where his head is at though. I can see where his head is at with this. I think the reason that it's not the reason that Declan Rice is going to start, but it's the opener, it's the curtain raiser on the season, but it's also the home opener. And I think he even if because he got subbed off around the 70-minute mark or something like that on Sunday. I don't even know that he's fully. I don't know that he's fully fit. I don't know that he's fully 90-minute ready. He's match ready, but is he 90-minute ready? I can see where Ryan's head is if maybe you don't start him right out of the gate. And to that point, I think Rice and Trossard in those roles is more offensive. It's more attacking. It lends itself more to goal scoring. I can see an argument to be made to agree with Ryan on that. I don't agree with Ryan, but I can see where I can see where his head is. It's not.
Just stop. You've wasted 2 minutes on something that's not going to happen. And if we sit Rice, I'm not going on social media for a week.
I don't want to sit Rice, and I think Rice and Partey play wonderful together. I have a little bit PTSD with Partey 2 seasons ago. Deep down, part of me doesn't want Partey and Rice on the pitch together much if we don't have to. Because I just think they're so valuable and they're so great as a six. Like, kind of like one or the other. I would love to have them both on the pitch. I think they're both phenomenal players. But I just think for what we want to do, and, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So, just how I feel.
So £105 million side he sits on the bench. First game of the season.
I don't like it.
At some point, though, it will happen.
Don't see it. Don't
see it.
Oh, no,
I don't see it.
I'm not upset. No, yeah, I love Rice.
I'm not saying, by the way, you can't adjust during the game, second half, put Trossard up there and bring Havertz back into that 8 slot. You can do that. And I think there will be times at the Emirates, especially, where Havertz will start as the 8.
Yeah.
Moving forward somewhere along the line. But first game of the season, Declan Rice has to start.
Yeah.
I think so. You know what?
Disagree.
If this were next year and Rice had a year under his belt, I think I'd agree with OG Ryan. I actually think I'd use that starting lineup.
Well, you know what? With a year under his belt, Bearded Gooner, listen to this. Partey would be on the bench and Rice would be in the 6.
True.
Yeah.
That's.
I also think
he would know the system. Because he would know the system.
Right.
A lot better.
Real quick, Real Ryan, did you want to chime in there with anything on the? Go ahead.
No. I mean, I agree. I don't know. There's a part of me that understands where OG Ryan is coming from because, and we talked about this the other day, is once he gets a lineup, he settles into it. And we saw that a lot last year. He had it 11, had an 11. I agree with what we'll start with on the weekend, but when will be the first time that we change that? And someone is going to be the odd man out. That will be interesting for me to see. So
Kev, I'll get your opinion on this, and then we're going to get into some predictions. We talked about this yesterday, and Glenn so eloquently for the first time in his YouTubing career said single point. He termed it as a single point failure. And we were talking about the goalkeeper situation. I think I have another single point failure for this team if there is one, and it's Mikel Arteta's trust. It's his level of trust in the players that aren't going to start or play on Saturday against Forest. And like Real Ryan just said, where's the first time that he chops and changes a little bit, where we see some rotation, not due to injury, but just, you know what? I feel confident in these guys doing the job. I don't need to play Bukayo Saka and run the wheels off of them. I can bring Trossard on or Reese Nelson and let Reese Nelson get 65, 70 minutes under his belt. Do you worry about...
We saw it last season. Stop. We saw it last season. We saw... Do you remember where Zinchenko didn't play? Everybody thought Tierney would come in. No, Tomiyasu started there. You know, he will make changes. Definitely, he will make changes there. But the problem last season was the squad depth wasn't deep enough. We got a little bit deeper in January, and you saw Trossard come in, and you saw Trossard play certain games, but we just weren't deep enough. Now, I think he trusts the players a lot more. There's going to be times where Ben White sometimes didn't start last season. Tomiyasu started on the right at right back. So he does make changes, and now he's got more players. He's got 3-4 more players to choose from. I think you're going to see him trust these players a lot more. Smith Rowe looks really good. Let's be honest, Smith Rowe looks more like himself now.
Yeah.
He's going to get his opportunity. The key is when the players come in, they have to do the business. That's the bottom line. If you don't do the business, then you go down the pecking order.
May I ask Mr. Campbell a question? We all know Arsenal have to sell some players. Can you give me 2 or 3 off the top of your head that you think will not be here very shortly? Am I muted again?
No. Kev, that was who was asking. Kev, who do you give 2 or 3 players that you think Arsenal are going to sell in relatively short order?
Yeah, Tavares, he's going to be gone. Pepe's going to be gone. And maybe Holding will be gone. Balogun's going to be gone. That's 4. Who else is there? There's a few who won't be at the club no more. There's probably 4 or 5 who won't be at the club anymore. And I hope that makes room for another forward.
Yeah.
I would like another forward also. Thank you, Mr. Campbell.
All right. So this will now commence the prediction portion of the program. Wish I had like a little video for that. But yeah, I've got a list of things that we're going to try to predict. Kev, you don't need to go through all of these. Some of them are just a little bit of fun. I guess we'll start with OG Ryan. Your bottom 3. Who gets relegated this year? We'll start there.
All right. So my bottom 3 to get relegated are going to be, and I don't want this to, Luton, who I don't want to see go down, but I think they're going down. I think Wolves are going down, especially after the manager getting sacked. And I think my wife, it's her second team. The Cherries of Bournemouth, I think, are going down as well. And I think it's going to be a fight. I think the 2 teams that are narrowly going to escape the blade are going to be Nottingham Forest and West Ham. But yeah, I think it's going to be Luton, Wolves, and Bournemouth going down.
Glenn?
I'm still thinking about it. Move on.
Of course he is. Kev, who do you think's going back? Who do you think back down? Who do you think's going down?
I think Luton. I think Sheffield United, and I think it's a chop between Burnley and Wolves. Wolves have just appointed Gary O'Neill, who's a good manager. He's done well at Bournemouth. I'm gonna say I'm not sure about Bournemouth, so I'm gonna go Bournemouth.
Wow. So keep Burnley up, and you think Bournemouth's going to get the chop?
I was Wolves and Burnley, and then I thought, hold on, Bournemouth. And Bournemouth for the 3rd.
This is almost picking the 3 that are going to get relegated is almost harder than picking a top 4 when you think about it.
Yeah,
I think it's more random. Yeah.
Yeah, real Ryan.
So I'm with Mr. Campbell on Luton and Sheffield, and I'm still bitter about West Ham, so I'm throwing them in there. They're going down.
All right. Wow.
That's it. Yeah, I'm doing it. Spicy take, but they're going down. It was between them and Bournemouth, and you know what? West Ham, see ya.
Yeah,
Luton, Sheffield, Bournemouth. I'm sorry if you hear that lawnmower or weed cutter or whatever the hell it is.
That's one that we can't. Usually we don't hear any of the background noise from your mic, but
I bought a new mic.
Yeah, it's picking up everything.
It's picking it up.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bottom three. Luton for sure. They don't have enough. Boy, it's, you know what's fun? Going on Google Earth and looking at their stadium.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's just like it's like a park in behind people's houses. It's crazy to see their stadium. And then like you get the street level view of the gates, and it literally looks like you're gonna walk through someone's kitchen to get into the stadium. It's crazy. I don't think they're playing there, aren't they? They're playing it. Are they playing at MK Dons Stadium, or are they renovating their stadium to be able to play there? Anybody?
I don't know.
They were supposed to renovate it. I don't know what the final verdict was.
Yeah, I think that'd be one of the stipulations to get it up to speed. So
yeah,
I'm sure they've made all the adjustments.
It'll be interesting for sure. So I don't know that I want to do top four right now. I think we'll save top four and a Premier League. Oh, my bottom three: Luton, Bournemouth, and
go Sheffield like everybody else. Let me be the best.
I don't know, man. I don't think there's.
Austin
I don't know. There's something I just.
Austin Trusty is going to keep Sheffield up. You heard it here first.
Yeah, man, oh man.
Just make sure you do top four before Mr. Campbell has to leave.
Yeah, no, we will. Don't worry. Luton, Bournemouth, yeah, probably Sheffield. I think Burnley has enough to stay up. I think Vincent Kompany's got enough there to keep them up. By the way, random, if anybody's looking for a good social media video to watch, go to Burnley's Twitter account and watch their new player signing videos. They're fantastic. That whoever they hired to work their social media, tremendous. Great job. Full marks. Top goal scorer, Super Kev for Arsenal. Top goal scorer this season.
Bukayo Saka. I think he's going to be the main man this season for scoring goals. Because Arsenal like to score goals by committee. They don't like just one person being the main man. They like to share them around. And I think Saka, he looks on it at the moment. So I'm going to say him.
Real Ryan?
I also have Saka just edging out Martinelli. I think it's close, but I think this is a big one for Bukayo this year. I think he's going to be, and 20 plus 25, it's going to be a lot. I feel
real quick, put a number on it. Give me a number, Real Ryan.
Are we talking about just
20.
the Premier League?
All comps, all competitions. Give me a number.
20 plus.
Yeah, I'm
20
going
plus
30.
in all competitions.
I'm going 30 all comps.
30 in all competitions. Wow.
I think just because I think another reason why is he's on the field so much, right? So he's gonna have a lot of the playing time, and I feel like what Kevin was saying is this is going to be a big step up for him. I think it's going to be a big one, definitely.
It's not that much when you're winning 7 trophies in one season.
Right.
30's nothing.
That's true.
Nothing.
Okay, OG Ryan.
Just because I obviously love being different. I'm going to pick – I wanted to pick this guy, but of course he has to get hurt before the season even starts. I'm going to pick Gabriel Jesus. I think the players around him are going to – I know he makes everybody around him better, but I just think they're going to – I know Gabriel Jesus is known for his hard work as the false nine, putting his foot in and not really finishing goals, but I just think he's going to get his foot on a lot of goals. And I just don't want to pick Saka. I'm picking Saka because Saka's just – of course Saka's going to win. But, yeah, I'm going to go Gabriel Jesus.
Glenn?
I would have went Jesus, but that knee is something that could be a recurring thing, so I'm not sure if he's going to get as many games. But it is tempting to pick Jesus, but I have to be boring and pick Saka. I think he's going to score 20 goals in the Premier League. I don't know about Champions League and other competitions.
20
I think he's going to get
just 20 in the league.
Just 20. I'm not saying 30.
No, but even still, I think that's wow. Okay, all right. Kevin, I'm going to turn it over to you. You've got about 5 minutes left. So here's what I want from you real quick. I want your top 4 in no particular order, because I also want your champion. If you want to combine them, go for it. And then I want your most valuable player for this season for Arsenal. And the floor is yours, my friend.
Top 4 in no particular order is Man City, Arsenal, Man United, and Liverpool. I think Liverpool just going to edge Newcastle. No team has won 4 in a row, although City are favourites. If they're not winning, it's got to be Arsenal who pips them. Got to be. For the Premier League champions. So City are favourites, we know that. But if anybody's going to pip them, it has to be Arsenal. We're investing the right money. We've got the squad now to compete. And we're in win now mode. MVP, I believe, will be Saliba.
Love that.
I think if we had him at the back end of last season, we run it a lot closer.
Yeah.
We run it a lot closer than we did in the end.
All right.
Because we missed out, what was it, 5 points? He's a difference maker. So, yeah, that's it. Top 4, City, Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool. Most improved, Vieira. I think he will step up. Okay. Unsung hero, Kai Havertz. Many people are looking at him sideways. I rate the guy. I really do. And like I said, MVP, Saliba.
My friend, Kevin, we will bid you adieu at that point. We're right on about 37 minutes here. I know you need to run. Thank you so much, my friend, for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on.
Of course.
OG
of course.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan. And Glenn. The lawnmower man. The lawnmower man.
He's not even listening.
No, he is now. The lawnmower man. There he is. He can hear me. All right, guys. Take good care. Everybody
thank
watching.
You.
At ease, squaddies. Take it easy.
Thank you, Super Kev. See you, buddy.
Bye.
There he goes, everyone.
Awesome.
The Super One himself, Super Kevin Campbell, ladies and gentlemen. Kind enough to join us on the program.
I can let my gut out. Oh.
Right? Yeah, right. Yeah.
There we go. We're good now. We're good.
And Glenn turned the lawnmower off, by the way.
No, I didn't. Oh, I thought I muted it. Yeah. What? I don't know.
What?
What's going on? So, doesn't the real Ryan have to leave too?
No, he's got a little bit.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
You're wasting time, Glenn. Shush.
So we did bottom 3. Let's go. Most improved, OG Ryan.
I had most improved. So I have 2 answers. I could go down the boring route and say ESR because I just love the man. But I'm actually, funny enough, I'm going to steal Kevin Campbell's unsung hero. I'm going to say Kai Havertz.
No, most improved. Answer. No.
Yeah. Kai Havertz. He was.
But you just said unsung hero.
No,
so which is it?
He's stealing his unsung hero.
For most improved.
Forget what I said about Kevin Campbell. My most improved player is Kai Havertz.
Oh, it's Kevin Campbell's unsung hero.
He was dog shit at Chelsea, and he's going to be phenomenal for us. And he's going to be I think to me, if there were awards, I think that's the favorite. I think it's Havertz. I know people want to say, oh, ESR, oh, Vieira. Kai Havertz is going to play more than both of them. And I think people don't think Kai Havertz because he's a new signing, but people forget. I mean, the Chelsea squad was very bad as a whole, but he was part of that, and he was not good. He was not good for them last season, and he's going to be my most improved player.
Glenn?
Out of the box.
I love watching Germany play. I've been watching them for years, and I said it about a month ago on this show. I think he's going to be like Trossard on steroids, and I completely agree with everything.
Oh, are you taking my answer?
Yes, fake Ryan. I'm taking your answer.
Fake Ryan. Kai Havertz for most improved player. All right, real Ryan?
I love the pick of Havertz, so fair play to you guys. I like that a lot.
No, put it on me. Glenn stole my answer.
Yeah, right. Okay. To you. Yeah, right. Yeah. OG Ryan, good job. There's something about Vieira for me. I think the way he left the missed free kick at MetLife and just the goal against Barcelona, 2 back-to-back clutch penalties, I feel like he's on the upswing in terms of confidence. And I feel like that's really what he needed. Obviously, we know that his body and getting stronger is important. But I think as being the only person that I think we feel comfortable with to play outside of Odegaard in that position, I feel like hopefully the minutes will be there for him. And I think if he gets them, I think it's going to be Fabio. I really do. I think he's technically very, very, very gifted. It's the strength and confidence thing. I think those will work itself out. So that's what I'm going with.
Most improved. I have a player that I want to say for this, and I'll get roasted for it if I do. I'm going to say it anyway.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Bukayo Saka.
Okay.
Most improved doesn't mean that they were poor the season before. It means the biggest jump from where they were to where they go. And I think there is going to be every year since he has started consistently getting first team minutes, we've seen an improvement. And there have been, I won't say drastic improvements in his game, but he's gone up a notch here, a notch there. I think this is the year that he takes that one massive jump into that world-class stratosphere where he can just take games over. If he can get the ball on his foot, he will just do things this season that I don't think we've seen him do in years past. I think we saw glimpses of it last year. I don't think there'll be glimpses this year. I think it's going to be a full-on movie of what Bukayo Saka does this season. And I hope that's not the broadcaster's jinx. So touch wood.
Well, if it's a jinx, BG, I had to look up who published this, but ESPN called Saka the best winger in the world. So
I really thought.
Your first mistake. You're quoting ESPN.
well,
anyway.
I actually thought he was going to tell me that he had to look up who Bukayo Saka was. I really legitimately thought
he didn't.
I did. I swear to God, I did.
No.
If there's weed that can make me forget who he is, I want it.
Yes, I know you do.
I wanted to.
And be careful with the ESPN thing there, Murphy. Remember who your wife works for.
Yeah, don't tell. Yeah.
What did you just say that the real Ryan is a narc?
No.
My God.
What? Trust me, my wife knows how bad.
Oh, that Ryan
coverage of football is. Where I like your answer, I will disagree with you on one thing. I think he exploded last season. I think you're undervaluing how good he was for us last season. He turned nothing into goals all day, cutting from the left with his left foot and just wonderful. I mean, listen, if he could do that more, I'm not going to complain. I love it. I don't know. I think. I thought he was just phenomenal. I just thought he was so good last season. I don't know. I guess I think it's more of I just don't see how much better he could get. Like, I know he can get better. I know he will get better. But like, I just he's already like the best player. Like how much more better can you get? I'm just saying I can't foresee a future. No, I'm not. I'm literally just saying I don't see how much better he could get than he already is.
But then I do see he has still a high ceiling. Come on, Ryan.
No,
I love you.
It's that, but I'm not. I have an argument. I'm just saying I don't know how much better he can get. He's going to get better, but like to be the most improved player on this team, it's a lot.
The unsung hero for the season. We're going through this a lot quicker than I thought we would. By the way,
nice. Good.
We're almost. I mean, after this, we've got we've got three categories after this one.
Say no more. I'll talk for about
5 minutes. I knew I should.
We'll get us back on track.
The unsung hero. I kind of like this one because it's like, okay, it's not the MVP, but it's not quite most improved, but it's like somewhere right in between.
Right.
So Real Ryan, I'll start with you on your unsung hero.
So it's gonna be a little bit difficult to find the minutes, I think, for this pick, but just because I love him so much and he seems healthy and he's looked really great in the preseason so far, I'm going with ESR. I am. I love the player so much. So, but I know for the position that he's gonna play in, it's a little crowded. So there's that issue. But I really think there is gonna be a time where he's, I mean, I go back to Boxing Day against Chelsea. I mean, I feel like he somewhat saved Arteta's job at that point, because that was when we were at a very, very dark place. And he came to that game and flipped the script, beat Chelsea, kind of salvaged the season, got hurt, but I think he's healthy now, and that's what I'm hoping for is our unsung hero, and that's what I'm picking, ESR.
I'm going to wait to go to OG Ryan because I don't know. That's your boy. That's your boy. The Smith is your boy, you know? So, Glenn, your unsung hero.
Yeah, when it comes to unsung heroes, I guess that's how you define it. For me, in a long season with 4 competitions, there's going to be injuries. So for me, an unsung hero would be somebody who can play multiple positions when someone goes down.
He's going to take my fucking answer. Go ahead, Glenn.
Timber. That's what I'm going to say.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay, I like that.
Ooh,
It's a good answer.
yeah, I like
He can play multiple positions. He's going to be one of those. You know what I mean? That's what I picture.
That's excellent.
We're going to talk a lot about Urian Timber this season.
Yeah,
I think so. From this point forward, we're now referring to him as it's going down.
Oh,
We are officially changing Urian Timber's name to it's going down. I guess I'll quote the song "It's Going Down." I was going to quote Kevin Hart and say it's about to go down. But I like it. It's going down. So Urian Timber, if you're watching, and I know you are, your name on this show is now it's going down. I might get that shirt. I might get that shirt printed. I might get the away shirt with the 12.
I might get that tattooed on me.
And the words, it's going down. OG Ryan.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to go.
You want me to go? All right.
Yeah, go.
I'll go.
Because
I want to say it because you might do it too.
Well, because I have it between 2, and I think you're going to say one of them, so I'm just going to take the other one, so it's easy.
Fair.
I think I know what you're going to say.
My unsung hero, and I don't know how much of an unsung hero he'll actually be. I think, so like Glenn said, it's kind of how you define it. And I like can play multiple positions. I think he will be in the conversation for most goal involvements this season, and that is going to be Leandro Trossard.
Yep.
Leandro Trossard is going to do amazing things for this club this year. I mean, he may have 30 to 40 goal involvements all told this season in all competitions. I don't have enough words to describe what I think of him. He could play across the front 3, and he could play in the left 8 or the right 8, or what, if we want to call it I don't know if we want to call it a 10, but he can play in that front 5. He can play anywhere.
Yeah.
Play anywhere in that front and be productive and be dangerous and be creative. So unsung hero for me is Leandro Trossard. Ryan, go.
So I kind of, when I had all the categories down, I kind of wrote down like a couple players for each category. I did like first place, second place, did like a bracket. I was mix and matching messy. Leandro Trossard is the only player that I have I wrote him down for every category. I was like, he could be literally in any. I will go as far as to say he can be the MVP. I think he's just going to have an immense season. He's one of the older players in our young squad. What is he? He's still 27? I don't even know. He's 25. He's still
Trossard?
young.
No, he's older than 25. He's like 27, 28,
man.
something like that.
Yeah, he's still. He's still youngish.
I don't think he's 30.
He's not. No, I know he's not 30. That's why I said it. But yeah, it's a great answer. I had it torn between him and my pick. Well, actually, I had him in between 2 others, but my pick is going to be Thomas Partey. There is no midfielder in the world that plays like Thomas Partey. When he is on his game, when he is on his game, nobody is better. And I think that the fan base, the media, other supporters are going to be so fixated on Rice, Havertz, Saka, and to some people, like your Salibas. I think he's just going to go under the radar, but he makes his team tick, and it's where I agree. Getting depth was very important to our club and something we needed to do, and I think we made our squad a lot better. but without Partey in our 11, we're still not the same team. We're still different.
Yeah.
I mean, is it a bad different? No. I still think we're a team that could win the Premier League and do good things. But Partey firing an arm.
Oh, what happened?
We're good.
Weird.
Musical chairs.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't know. You blipped out.
I wanted to switch places. I wanted to switch places with Ryan.
Okay. Good. He smells better than you.
Below you. Anyways. Yeah, I just think the things he does with the ball, his passing, his just all around game is just it's undervalued, and I think people undervalue how good of a midfielder he is. The problem is he's got to be healthy. But with Rice coming in with our mix and match midfield that we could do, he's going to be around more. And my pick is Thomas Partey.
Real quick, no explanation, one-word answers, but this is a fun category. OG Ryan, start because you went last. Honorable mention for unsung hero, and if you want to say somebody that somebody else already said,
No. My honorable mention. Only the third person that no one said. Zinchenko. It's the same thing for Thomas Partey, and I know Tanner doesn't like Zinchenko and wants him out of the club next season.
Oh my God! Here we go. I did it. I wanted him out of
Hey,
Go back to yesterday's show. He said it, Glenn.
I did not say I wanted him out of the club.
Write it down in Sharpie. Zinchenko's gone next season. No, I just think what Partey does in the center of the pitch, Zinchenko does. I mean, also the center of the pitch, but more on the left. And I think Zinchenko is 5 to 10 yards away from every ball, no matter where it is, and he's just a machine, and he's everywhere, and he does everything. And I get it, but the problem is it's the same situation. You know, we need these guys to stay healthy, and it goes back to my original statement and that's how I kind of define unsung hero.
You missed the part where I said one-word answer, didn't you?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Shit.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey,
I honestly I couldn't choose between Zinchenko and Partey, so I was talking them both up. But yeah, Zinchenko. Glenn, go.
At least he semi-behaved himself when Mr. Campbell was here.
I
agree with annoying Ryan Zinchenko.
Wow. Okay. All right. Real Ryan.
Timber. He was my second pick, so that works out well for honorable mention.
I like. Who was it that said Dempsey? Tomiyasu for the unsung hero.
I love him.
I want to say Urian Timber because I'm swiftly becoming like the biggest Urian Timber fan ever. Wait, I'm swiftly becoming the biggest It's Going Down fan.
Oh my God.
In the world, but I'm gonna say Gabrielle.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good. Everyone's gonna be all on Saliba's
Yep.
dick. So yeah,
I think
great pick too.
Being under the radar, if the radar is William Saliba, but he's also part of the leadership hierarchy. He's one of the vice captains, or assistant captains. If I think he is, I think I heard that somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say Gabrielle. And the thing is, as I'm breaking my own rule, I said one word answer. Done talking. That's it. We can go into more detail in that later on. You guys want to do top 4 MVP champion? You want to do it in that order?
Whatever you want, Poppy.
Ooh, that means daddy, right? That was weird. And now you're below me.
Didn't have to say that. Say it like that.
Because it's the way Will Smith said it in Bad Boys 2. Ooh, Poppy, that's daddy, right? Uh-huh. Yeah.
Really?
Great movie, by the way. Yeah, let's do Premier League top 4. And again, in no particular order, so that we keep a little bit of element of surprise. So, Glenn, I'll start with you. Your top 4.
Arsenal, Manchester City, Manchester United, and it's a tough one. Liverpool.
OG Ryan?
I'm curious to see if we have anything different. I actually agree with Lawnmower Man.
Sorry, I hit the buttons. I muted you by accident. Sorry.
I have United, City, Liverpool, Arsenal. Same as Mr. Lawnmower Man. Probably, maybe different order though. Who knows?
Real Ryan?
I tried to have. I thought about this for a while, but yeah, I can't come off of the 4 that we've all talked about to this point. I tried. I really did. I thought about Newcastle maybe, but I couldn't do it. I don't know how they're going to handle.
I think
Champions League.
Newcastle's going to get screwed by the new rules. I think breaking up play. That's their bread and butter is having the ball on the pitch for the least amount of time. I think they're going to get screwed over majorly by that, and that's.
I could see that.
BG, do you disagree? The 3 of us agree. Are you going to make it 4-4?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going off the rails, and I think OG Ryan.
Oh, I know you're picking. I forgot you told me. You fucking weirdo.
It's it is, but it's kind of one of those.
I like it though.
I believe they can. The team that I'm going to put in over Manchester United, because the other 3 I do agree with: City, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Liverpool, City? I mean, excuse me, geez. United, I don't think improved that much. I don't know why people are up.
I don't think they're going to do it. I am not impressed with the summer that they've had. I'm
not impressed with any other team summer really, besides us. I'm signings, Liverpool.
I'm talking both signings and I've watched a few of their preseason games. Ironically enough, not the one that they played against us, but I have watched. I more out of boredom than anything else. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and there was nothing else on.
Same. I've been doing that this summer too.
Right, and I'm trying not to finish watching The Bear. By the way,
I gotta start watching that.
That show's amazing. How could you?
I don't want to finish watching it because
got it.
I'm
trying to savor it. Totally, I got it.
By the way, Glenn, you don't know what we're talking about.
What? No, I thought I broke my microphone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Calls in the Bear in the bedroom, but
what? No, that's a lie. You said what I think you said.
I thought I was muted. Sorry. What? You were saying?
Real quick, the episode where the printer just keeps going and going and going and going in the first season, because I checked my pulse. My pulse was at like 180. Like I was losing my mind.
Spoilers.
What?
You
don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't even know what show you're talking about.
It's called The Bear. By the way, give it a whirl. It's on Hulu. It's called The Bear. It's a good show.
Yeah, it's great.
I watched the Christmas episode, Real Ryan. That's the last episode that I watched.
Oh, was that 6 fishes or 7 fishes? Or
the seven fishes, yeah.
Yeah, that was
I want to yell your 4th top 4 because I know who it is.
I think I want to guess it too.
Nice.
Well, all right, hang on.
I know who it is.
Real Ryan, go ahead. See if you can guess it, because nobody has said it.
Are you gonna say Brighton?
No.
Okay.
No. I would be inclined to say Brighton if they would have done a little bit more this summer. I don't think they've done enough this summer to get. I think they'll be top 7.
Okay.
I'd give Brighton top 7.
Would you tell us already, please?
Boy, you're on the right track, Ryan. Would you like OG Ryan? Would you like? It's Aston Villa.
You want me to spoil it?
It's Aston Villa.
You want me to spoil
it? Okay.
There's some. I don't know why. There's something about them. I like what they've done this summer, and I think it's just one of those kind of out of nowhere, Cinderella teams that get through the first round, the second round of 32, they get into the Sweet 16, and then it's just like, who are these yahoos? And then they win that game.
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere, they're just going to be in the conversation all season. And then early April, they make that jump and they leap into the top 4 and they see it out till the end of the season. So I've got Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Aston Villa in no particular order.
It's a good pick, but there's 2 reasons why I hate the Villa pick and I don't want it to happen. One, everyone knows what Emery did with us. I do not want to see him do it in 1.5 seasons with Villa.
Right.
And 2, Emi Martinez.
Yeah.
It's just when
you put it that way, I'm kind of like, I don't think I want to see it happen either. But at the end of the day, I'm not. It's a prediction,
guys.
But if we finish second, it'll hurt.
Single point failure for Aston Villa. For those of you that don't know what single point failure is, and please, Ryan, don't snore during this. NASA and a bunch of other countries sent a telescope out 5 times further than the moon. We're seeing amazing pictures come back from the solar system that's changing everybody's perception. When that when that was launched, it had hundreds of single point failures where if one single thing went wrong, the mission was over. Aston Villa's single point failure is Unai Emery. He's not aggressive enough. They will never make the top 4 with him in charge.
Love it.
Interesting. All right.
Now I kind of want to see this happen just so we can clip this and be single point for Glenn. Yeah,
I own it when I'm wrong. You do not, fake Ryan.
Whoa,
Glenn,
I do own it. And
Glenn,
I didn't say
I know
you don't own it.
you're the one that probably has to leave the soonest, I think, because we are.
I'm not leaving until that bitch texts me. So
that's what I mean, and it's probably going to be soon.
Glenn, that bitch, you mean...
What did I say that bitch? I mean my lovely wife.
MVP. Team Arsenal MVP. Team MVP. Glenn.
Oh, that's so easy, Saliba.
Wow. Okay.
We lost the league because he went down with an injury. He's MVP.
How is that for timing, baby?
Yeah.
Do you guys think she heard me?
Probably. Hey, give us your league champ, your final thought, and get out
Arsenal's
of here.
going to win the league. It's going to be what they like to say in the UK, squeaky bum, but we're going to win it.
I wish Glenn was able
guys, I have to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
See you, buddy.
Adios.
I'll see you later, boys. Darn, I can't.
All right. So where are we at here? MVP. You know what? I'm going to go first because I don't go first.
Go. I like going last. So that's fine.
My MVP this season will be Martin Odegaard.
Okay.
He's the captain, and I give that some weight. I add some weight to that. So I think the sexy pick is going to be William Saliba because everybody thinks we lost the league because he went down to injury. I don't know. I don't agree with that.
You're insane if you don't.
Hot take.
Yeah.
I don't think we win the league if he stays
scolding
healthy.
take.
I don't think we win the league if he stays healthy.
Okay.
Oh.
Crazy,
I mean,
but
no.
okay.
Last season, we were losing. We were not winning the league, regardless. I think it would have been closer, but
How much
I
closer
don't
we
think
lose by 4 points.
Yeah,
we lost the league by. Was it? Oh, it was 5, wasn't it? I keep thinking it was
5. I thought it was 4, but yeah.
I'll put it this way. It would have been closer, maybe in terms of perception, because it doesn't feel like it was that close. But I just look at the way that the team played, and you're telling me that 10 other guys fell off a cliff because he was hurt?
Yes.
Because that's why?
Yes. We play so much differently when he's involved, right?
I just handle, man.
It's almost like
Did you see some of the goals we let in when he wasn't there?
Yeah, but I just listen. He was healthy for the Everton match, and we lost that. He was healthy for the Manchester United match. We lost that. He was healthy when we played.
Where we got shafted by VAR. Oh, that
Southampton.
Game? Yeah,
we drew that. So I mean, there.
Well, okay. So here's a question. The season basically fell off the rails when we got those 3 draws in a row, right? You don't think if Saliba was playing?
No, he wasn't there for that. Yeah, that's right. He wasn't.
That's it for me. That's the season right there. We win 3 of those games.
Yeah, but there are games earlier in the year that you look at. Newcastle, right after the turn of the new year, where it's a 0-0 draw. Like, come on, man.
They wasted time.
but I beat him.
I'm not saying we should have been undefeated because he played in those games, but I felt like where we started to wobble, it's just the trust, like what we talked about. It's just like no one felt comfortable playing through Rob Holding. Like, it just, man, I don't know, bro. I think that's what it is. Our own players are saying it. So
I know, and I don't like that they're saying it because if how do I say this without sounding like an idiot, they need to be. Yeah, I know, right? They need to be better. The rest of the players on the team, they need a better mentality. They need to become the Buffalo Bills. And we all know that nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. It popped into my head.
They lost 4 straight Super Bowls. So you're trying to say is we should lose the league 3 more times?
3 more times in a row.
God, no, please. Please,
What
God.
the fuck's wrong with you?
I don't know, man.
Do I need to hijack this show?
But also look at how well City played in the run into the last game of the year.
No, they won the last 14. No, I'm not saying no. But you have players on the Arsenal team that have on podcasts have said that they lost the league because of Saliba's injury. So I'm gonna trust the Arsenal players over you.
It's just a hard thing for me to stomach that one guy. But
no, I get what you're saying. Like 2 seasons ago, we all talked about how we lost out of top 4 because of Partey. And like to me, that's more of like, did we? Like, yeah, I guess kind of we did. That's like more up in the air for me.
Yeah,
but no, I had Saliba. I felt we were a different team, and I also think to caveat that and to my praise of Partey earlier, I think Partey didn't play well either.
Yeah.
I think it was because he didn't have Saliba, so Partey wasn't at his 100%. He couldn't do what he was doing. So,
yeah,
I agree.
So I said MVP Martin Odegaard. Yeah, the way he commands everything when he is on the pitch, and now having a guy like Declan Rice who might potentially play beside him in that left 8 role, obviously having Thomas Partey behind him, and I think it to a degree. I'll give you honorable mention too. I'm going to say honorable mention is Declan Rice for MVP. Because I think the things he's going, I think the way that he plays and the things he's going to allow everyone else around him to do, everyone on this team is going to become a better player because of him. Real Ryan, I know you need to run probably in like 5 minutes. So
we'll finish out. So I already gave the man 30 goals. So for me, it's going to be Bukayo Saka. I feel like he's going to have that Sanchez year where he got robbed of Player of the Year when he basically had like 30 and 18. I think he's going to have an absolute monster season. So I'm going with Bukayo. It's that simple for me.
Ryan, do you want to do it? Do you have an honorable mention? Real Ryan?
Oh well, yeah, it was Saliba. It really was.
Saliba, okay.
It was, yeah.
Ryan?
So I had Saliba picked, but since everybody has Saliba's nuts in their mouth, I will not.
I don't.
Saliba.
I don't.
Well, yeah, you don't. But no, yeah, I mean, I see. I want to say Thomas Partey, but I just don't think he'll play enough games for us because I think when you define most valuable player, he is on his day the best midfielder in the world, and he just does things that no other midfielder can do, and that is invaluable. But since I'm not going to pick that because I don't think he's going to play enough with the addition of Rice. So for most valuable player, I'm going to say Leandro Trossard, just because of what I said earlier, how he's literally he's made honorable mention on all of the categories. I think he's got the most goal involvements. I think he's going to, I don't know, did someone say it in this chat, or I read it, maybe I saw it on Twitter. Yeah, I think I saw it on Twitter earlier today. Like, what's your hot take? And someone said, Trossard will be starting every game by January. And I was like, I don't think it's a hot take at all. I think I was shocked he's back. I was actually shocked he didn't start at the Community Shield. I was very surprised. And I actually was a little upset. Maybe a little preview, but I was a little upset that Trossard didn't come on a little earlier. I just think he's just gonna be everywhere. He's gonna have a lot of goal involvements, and yeah, I might just almost turn this into like, because I know how the NFL does it, where they have an offensive MVP and a defensive MVP. He's my offensive MVP, and Saliba's my defensive MVP.
That's cool.
There we go.
Yeah.
Last one, fellas. Who's the champ? Who is lifting that trophy?
I want to go last again.
Should I just count to 3 and we all say it at the same time?
No, I think you should just go first.
You want to go last though?
I'm gonna go last. Yeah.
You want me to go first, Real Ryan, or you want to go first?
I mean, look, I'll go first.
Go for it.
This is the year, man. All right, we're winning the league. I'm not saying we have to, but it's the one. I'm not really. We're all homers in our own right, but I never pick any of my teams to win the championship or in any sport, right. NFL, NBA. I never get to do it. I really feel so good about this team this year. I'm saying it. We're gonna be in the 90-point range because I feel like that's what we have to get to. I'm going Arsenal, man. I got to do it.
I have said for 2 weeks now, OG, we're on paper, we're the best team in the league. And as long as I think the single point failure now is Arteta and trusting the bench and trusting the rotation and managing. This is where he's going to earn us. He's got to manage. He's got to manage playing time. But this is the year we get it done. The Arsenal will be Premier League champions, and we will raise that trophy.
Oh God, look at Ryan.
He's gonna.
I can just.
You know what he's gonna say?
I'm logging off. I'm logging off.
He's gonna say Crystal Palace. Watch. Not even in his top four.
Not even his top four.
Not even in his top
four. I'm just going really quick. It's because I'm going to build some suspense. I think fifth place is going to be Newcastle. I think the new rules are going to affect them. I think they're probably a better team than United, but I just think that these rules will kind of take them down a notch. And I did think they improved enough. And I just also love St. Max when they got rid of him. But yeah, third will be United. I don't think they're good. I think they didn't improve at all either. I don't think Rashford's going to have the season he had.
Who's fourth? You skipped over fourth.
Oh shit! Yeah, fourth United. Sorry,
fourth United.
Fourth
third is.
Let the suspense take.
Yeah, but real Ryan's got to roll, man.
Sorry.
We're good.
You good? All right.
So yeah, I don't think United improved enough, and but I don't see also a team better than them, and I don't think Rashford had a good game. So yes, fourth. I think they're going to sneak in there United at the very end because I think Ten Hag is actually a good manager. Third is Liverpool. I think they had an off year. I think Klopp is just one of the best managers in the world, and I love him. And yes, I wanted him before Arteta. And yeah, he's great. And I think Liverpool are going to start firing with their new forward signings or attacking signings. And the team to win the league, because obviously when I announced the team to win the league, the other team's going to finish second. The team to win the league is going to be none other. Sorry, I gotta stop giggling when I do this. It's going to be Manchester City. I just think that at the end of the day, I think we're a good team. We're a great team. I think we're gonna do kind of what we did last season. I don't think we're gonna have as big of a lead as we did last season. I think City are gonna kind of be not dropping as much points early on as they did last season. I think they're gonna keep the race a lot closer than they did last season. And it's funny how Glenn danced around it. BG, you danced around it. It's something that I wanted to talk about even yesterday that annoyed me and frustrated me about the Community Shield. It's trust. I mean, you guys said trust. I said it as, being a proactive manager versus being a reactive manager. I think Arteta is a reactive manager, and if you're going to win the league, I don't think that's good. I don't think it's good. I think you need to be a proactive manager. That comes down to trust. That comes down to trusting your bench. And we've made signings and we have the depth now. I need to see more trust from Arteta, like you said. I don't see it. And I get it. It's early, so this is a prediction. He could show it in a couple games and, okay, cool, we're going to win the league. Let's dance. And I also don't want to say we're going to win the league because I just don't have that high hopes. But, yeah, I just think he needs to become a proactive manager. He didn't do that against City. 10, 15 minutes before they scored, we needed to make a decision. We needed to sub on Trossard, and we didn't. I think I thought Rice played a good game, but I think you move Havertz back to the 8. You bring Havertz on. You give us that game back. We were starting to take it back from City, and we didn't make the necessary substitutions. They exploited the middle of our pitch. They left Kieran Tierney on a 3-on-1, which most people said, "Oh, it's all Tierney's fault." Well, Tierney had a 3-on-1 because the middle of the field was tired. Partey threw his leg out and missed, and usually that happens when you're tired. He didn't really give chase until after he had missed trying to intercept the ball early. They exploited Tierney, and boom, Cole Palmer scores a great goal. I just think if Arteta was more proactive, maybe that could have happened. And it kind of with Gary, our lovely Gary says, "What's up, Gary?" I don't know if he should sub more at halftime, but definitely around the 50s, 60-minute mark. He hasn't subbed. I don't think he subbed until what, mid-70s, and that's
It was almost 80 minutes last year.
and that was
average
because City scored. And we're one of the teams that subs the latest. I think we're actually the latest subbing team in the Premier League. And I just don't think that's gonna. I don't think it's going to the Premier League, no matter how good our team is on paper. Arteta needs to be proactive and trust the squad more.
Wow.
They're gonna win 4 in a row. Okay.
Wow. All right.
I don't. Yeah. See, when you look at that, when someone says that to me, I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen either.
I know
So
what
it's
you're
like,
saying
yeah.
though. I mean,
Yeah.
I hope it's us.
I think we'll leave the final thoughts. I think this was a good show. We got everything in under 2 hours, and under an hour and a half even.
I really wish Glenn was here to hear me, because we would have gotten to some fights. It would have been fun.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah,
okay.
if Glenn were still here, I think we'd still be going. But
Yeah.
I think leaving the final thoughts with our champions. So, Real Ryan, your league champion is again.
it's Arsenal. That's it.
OG Ryan, your champion is.
Not Mikel Arteta.
See, he already feels guilty. He already feels guilty.
He does feel guilty.
I'm not one of those weirdos. But,
Real Ryan, I will just say this real quick. I know why he's picking City to win the league.
I know too.
He doesn't want to jinx it. That's what it is.
Yeah,
and I get it, because
that's why I said I never get to do it. So I was
You can't have poor expectations if you have no expectations.
That's true.
Is that something like that? Or
Something. Yeah, but it sounded good. It sounded good.
Yeah, good.
And my league champion is the mighty Arsenal. Mikel Arteta's tricky Reds are going to hoist that trophy. That's it for us. Thank you to Brady's Banana. Gary is in their depth sec, bouncing back and forth earlier on. Stan was in the chat. Arnie Arneson was in there. Brady's Banana, if I didn't already say that, although I think I did. Rohan was in there. Rowan in New York, our former mate from the Same Old Arsenal USA show. Kevin Harris chimed in. That's a new name. I haven't seen that one before. Russ Morgan was in there as well. Special thank you to Kevin Campbell for taking the time to join us. Thank you to the two of you, obviously, to Glenn. And for everybody watching this far, thank you very much. Everybody watching on replay, if you made it this far, thank you guys very much.
Also, shout out Charlie Patino. He's going out on loan to Swansea. Maybe he wants to stay with his team after all.
Yeah, wow, that's big.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that. That's big.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say it earlier, but we were so.
Yeah. And just everybody be aware, you're going to be seeing a lot more of that guy right there on the shows. The Real Ryan is going to be around a lot more. So
Pleasure.
Start getting used to him and start giving him some grief so he feels like a part of the family and we're not treating him with kid gloves. So, yeah, that's it. That's all we got for you. We will be back on Sunday with the Sunday Gunner. It'll be a late show because I will be at work on Sunday, but we will be recapping the weekend that was the opening weekend to the Premier League season. So happy Premier League season, everybody. It has been good footy talk. We will see you out there.